Chapter 7.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Dungeons of the Mad Mage. We are back from break, and as the party is deposited out onto the dusty stone floor in front of the rust gate, they find the two secret doors. At least one of them is closed, I believe. Yeah, the one leading outward is closed, so you have a moment where you are free to discuss amongst yourselves what your current plan is. So why don't you clue me in to exactly what it is you would like to accomplish now?
Quick in and out.
Okay.
Like
Straight
that
to the
War
exit.
Canal is just like a stone throw away from where we're
So,
standing.
as you guys... So you want to leave directly with no stops and without causing any fuss or fuss.
Elf
Unless
magic.
Evitz does things to me,
Personally.
personally.
So,
If he messes with ashes, whatever, I'll let it slide. But me? No.
you guys can indeed quick travel up to the first level without issue. That will tick up situations by one. Okay. As you are traveling the halls, you are stopped by a couple of different goblin patrols. It seems that Tall Market has established a perimeter. The one that was here 2 days ago seems to be pretty solid now. There are little guard stations in the halls that are manned. And you find there is a bit of activity in Tall Market, but nothing seems to have changed drastically. You head back up to the first floor, unaccosted. On the second floor, on the first floor, you are stopped there by the two heads.
Didn't we kill one of them the last time we came through?
Sure
You
did.
right? You see there is now a barricade, right? In the across the half of the big room, the twin-headed king's statue chamber, right? There's a weird barricade of various bits and bobs, rubble, stacks of metal, etc. And it's manned by goblins and bugbears. And you are hailed, recognized, and then sent onwards to the
They
north.
did not want to deal with it.
You travel unopposed through the halls of this upper level of the dungeon that you explored so long ago, so very long ago, and you make it back to the forest of pillars, the kind of like little starting point where all the crossroads begin on this first stage. And as you arrive there, you are halted as a voice rings out, and stepping from behind the pillars, or one of the pillars, be a familiar face.
Hey.
As
How's it going?
a vampire that you had once made the acquaintance of steps out, says, "Ah, it has been too long, friend.
How's it?
Ashes, you're looking a little down. You feeling well?"
Damn, Will I Am's here.
No, I'm great. Feeling great. Never better.
Oh. No need to lie to me. It's fine, though. I need not pry into your business. For you see, I have some of my own It has
Well,
been quite some time since we talked. Might I bend your ear for a few minutes?
I like look
Just
over.
ashes, or
While my interests tend to singularly direct themselves towards your fine furry friend, I meant the whole of you at this particular juncture.
What? Furry friend? Me?
I meant the
I
other
didn't have my
one.
headset on. Oh, he's not always furry. I'm always furry.
yeah, we can
Uh,
talk, but we're in a bit of a rush, so we might not be able to do anything right now.
Yeah, can we walk and talk?
Yeah, come on, walk with us.
I'm hesitant to approach closer the entry to yon portal. It will only take a few minutes, I swear. And I need nothing from you in the immediacy. Just some information to impart. Question, perhaps.
All right, shoot.
You've been delving deeper in the dungeon, yes? How far down have you gone?
Lost.
4 and then also some of 6,
Hit the hidden holds.
but not 5.
This... I must admit, the layout of Undermountain itself is somewhat strange to me. It is not my normal abode. There are some things that concern me deeper in the mountain. You said you traveled further down, some levels, not others. Have you been to the Willowwood yet?
Not yet. That is a little bit further down.
It is?
Technically, it's between. That's 5.
Oh.
Yeah, he doesn't like know the numbers or anything like that. He just like knows of some names and things. So he says, I hesitate in broaching this subject too early with you. With your zeal, Hunter. But I am somewhat concerned, since I sniffed out another one of your kind recently.
Oh, that's where your friend was going.
Rat King.
No.
I don't know. I just said that.
Is
Like, you'll see Ashes get like even more quiet, and his eyes narrow.
your silence says everything, Hunter. So I do indeed have questions for you. The first one should be simple enough, and depending on the answer. Does your friend hunt for me?
No.
Does
What friend are we talking about?
Yeah, does he though?
No, he doesn't.
He does
Oh, okay.
not. If he picked up your trail, that might be a different story.
Most of your kin are reasonable enough if one is not their primary quarry. This answer pleases me. However, it does lead me to a second question. Again, as I said, I have business deeper within the mountain, some concerns of my own. So I ask you, who is your friend's target?
I don't know.
Are you lying?
That depends on what you think, Gary.
Sounds like you might need to roll a deception.
Uh-oh.
Because I have not gone back into my notes.
Well, so yeah, sure. You might not know, and you might not know exactly, but you do have information. So that
Right.
answer sounds like a withholding of information.
Oh,
Or
now it's a
misdirection.
withholding.
So,
Can't remember what the damn dwarf statue is. That's too bad.
So roll
now
me
it's a withholding, though.
Roll me a deception. Well, he wasn't trying to like say, I've never heard of a dwarf statue. Did you roll? Ah, there it is. The 13.
Middling.
Not against a vampire,
So-
it's not.
Am looks at
Probably.
you. Arthur. He kind of frowns, sighs, kind of crosses his arms across his chest, and he says, "Very well. My third question. How much do you trust this friend of yours?"
It's like a father to me.
I've known many in my time, with good fathers and bad fathers. Your statement means nothing.
I trust him with my life.
Kind of nods and he says, "Very well. You still hold my interest, Hunter,
That's unfortunate.
and you still hold my friendship. Ever you say against me, but I have been nothing but amicable."
Amicable. Sorry.
He has been pretty amicable.
Sorry. Fucking just cut the tension right there. You'll have to
Yes.
forgive me. Past experiences with your kind leaves me with a lot of skepticism.
Well, let's hope future experiences can change that. Be on your guard down here. I'm sure you have been told this or seen it yourself, but things are not always what they seem within Undermountain. The place has a way of twisting things. Watch yourselves. And then he steps back and he kind of does the kind of like Dracula thing where he like lifts his arm and he lifts his cape and then he just kind of like is gone.
Alright, bye, Am.
Okay.
And we don't even say goodbye?
No.
He's gone. He wished you well and then he left.
Damn it.
That hurts my feelings.
Okay.
I don't feel comfortable knowing, like, I trust Borden. I trust his skill. But I
Trust
don't
his
want,
skill.
if he and Artor run into each other, I can't help but worry.
Yeah, well. Maybe don't let that happen then.
Right, because I have any kind of sway over the matter.
Papa, no! Papa, don't go!
No, Papa.
All right. In the aftermath, right, of this conversation, Ashes is somewhat concerned, but there seems not that can be done at the moment. You make your way eastward to the bucket, to the rope, to the way back up to the yawning portal. I know you got, some of you had said previously that you would not even pay the fee. But is everyone going up, or is this?
I'm
are
not
some
going
people
up.
staying behind?
I'm just chilling.
All right, I guess I'll go up alone.
I'll go up. I'll have a beer. See what's going on in the area while you're getting fixed up.
I'll hang
make
out
sure
with
I
Ryan.
have the money to pay Obaya because there's no telling what this is gonna take to actually heal.
Yeah, it's true. How much money I got just in case?
I probably have plenty.
I got like $500 dues.
I'm fine. I'll take care of it. All right. Coin in the bucket.
Coin in the bucket. All right, bucket goes up, and then so do you guys. You find yourselves pulled into a rowdy, raucous, yawning portal. Full swing in the evening. People are shouting. There's a round of confused shouts and cheers and dismay as the two of you come up.
They're not dead. The other two aren't dead. They're alive.
Somewhat
They're alive.
bloodied, somewhat bleeding.
They're alive. Calm it.
There's absolutely some initial confusion. The death pools are in
You see
flux.
people running around with notebooks.
Yeah, there's a lot of like confirmation scenarios going on. Eventually, Bonnie kind of like gets you two off to the side and asks if you
Shut
need
up, you could be a
anything.
hero.
We're fine. Beer. I could use a beer.
Okay. So, anytime you order something at the Yawning Portal, just like deduct a shard.
Got it.
Bonnie will fetch you drinks. Durnan asks after you. Been a few days. Doing okay?
Yeah, we're doing good. We got
You
in a
didn't
fight
bring
with,
anyone this time. In fact, you're missing people this time. The change of
just
pace. You're always changing pace.
Trying to mix it up, keep you on your toes.
Eh. He didn't seem super enthusiastic about it.
Wait, how long have we been down?
2
Like
days.
2 days, 3 days.
Oh,
Well,
shit, we
this
can
is the
pick up-
second day. So you guys went down on the
No.
22nd, and
Quiet
then you
sack.
came back
Ooh,
up. This is
Yeah,
the
I was
23rd.
gonna- We can pick
Ooh.
up the bone tana. That's all I'm saying.
Do I hear side jobs?
Hey,
No.
you're not down.
I-
You're not up here.
As
All
much
of
as
a
I
sudden.
want it, we committed that we weren't going to do stuff.
Just a quick in and out.
So since Bonnie's around a whole lot.
God, you're
ask her
right.
If she's seen Obaya, if she's in today. She's hanging
Yeah,
out.
so Obaya is kind of over off to the side, towards one of the back nooks in her normal haunt. It's almost like an endeavor just to get over to her, and get seats next to her. Because even though she has like a normal haunt, she has a table that she sits at.
Mm-hmm.
She dominates like half the table normally. But the other table gets the other half gets snagged by people coming in and out, etc., etc. Because it's a big bar and there's only so much space, so there's no reserved locations. So
I'll come up to her and I look kind of sickly. I like to imagine that my normal red skin, like whenever it gets sickly and pale, it almost kind of turns a little pink in places.
Sure.
And I'm like, Obaya.
You're looking a little pinkish.
I had an accident.
Matt takes a
oh,
step back.
now, friend, you do not look well. What can
Yeah.
Obaya do for you?
Right. All right. So here's the deal. I fought a magically enchanted clay golem. It hit me a bunch, and I lost some vitality. And even after resting, I didn't get it back. And it hasn't been like a day yet, but
She kind of furrows her brow at that. She says, "That sounds very serious."
yeah, we got into a fight with an Umber Hulk, and it nearly put me in the ground. So we made a trip up here to see if I couldn't enlist your help to maybe get this cleared up.
You have many adventures, all these creatures you fight. Very dangerous. I would try to help you. It does not seem like curse. You have tried other things?
Well, we don't have a cleric with us. Our options are limited.
We were going to try restoration, but I kind of pull out the staff and kind of shake it a little bit. Needs a little bit longer.
Got sensor.
Of the lesser or greater variety?
This bad boy can only do the lesser variety.
And you have not tried. I can do either, but the greater pushes the boundaries of my capabilities, and requires components I do not keep on me besides. It's
Side trip.
Just a quick up and down.
This is always business between us friends.
Right.
Joaquin demands payments. Even at a friend's discount. Tapping my strongest talents is expensive.
Okay.
What's the damage?
So she'll discuss with you basically if you want to do something like a lesser restoration, right? That is relatively cheap. She can try to do that, or she will try one for 50 gold.
Okay.
Sorry, I think I did that wrong. No, that's right. But if that doesn't work, she'll have to try Greater Restoration. Greater Restoration has a 100 gold component, which she does have some, she just doesn't have it on her. It requires diamond dust. So she could head to her chambers to fetch it, and then cast the Greater Restoration. But to cast it, she would normally charge someone 1,000 gold.
Right.
It's a
C.
5th level spell.
Yeah,
Yep.
we ain't got that.
All right. Well,
And
let's
she
try to
is
let that-
she is willing to friends discount you guys basically down to like 750.
Okay. Well, let's try the 50 gold first and see what happens.
Okay. So there's like a bit of a, she's like, oh, make some room, right? And you two got to kind of get like a little like clear space, because like people are jostling and crowding consistently.
I'm walking around just like pushing everybody back. They're gonna dance battle.
Right, okay, you get a whole bunch of people interested, and they're gonna get disappointed real fucking fast. Oh. So she casts Lesser Restoration on you. It does nothing.
Great.
So Abaya, after the spell finishes, she kind of like looks you over and she says, "Do you feel better?"
I don't. Oh god.
I'm sorry, my friend. This creature's enchantment is strong.
Damn you.
All right.
1,000 gold.
So 75 platinum it is.
I pull out a paltry 10 platinum. Like, that's all I got.
I mean, I've actually got a little bit of money on me. I've got 177 platinum.
I'm very poor and still in debt, I think.
You're not in
So,
debt. I'm in debt to you.
Yeah,
I'll-
the debt
no,
has
I'm
been
in debt.
reversed.
What?
I'm in debt. I'm in debt to Ezra, not you. Ezra and Ashes. I don't owe you shit. Also, you don't owe me shit though.
Yeah,
so.
that's true. Your debt was partially canceled, I think.
Oh yeah. I forgot I took a note on this. Prime.
Yeah,
a
well,
smart
you
man.
paid off the majority of it.
You
yeah,
paid off the majority
and
of it, and then I think,
then I canceled some of it.
well, yeah, Jay took canceled some of Zach's debt in order to cancel the rest of your debt, I believe.
That's what it
something
was.
like that. I don't know, something like that.
You mean Ash?
I know Ashes and Ezra money. That's all I know right now.
Yes,
Oh.
sir. You owe me 250 platinum.
All right,
It's
so
notated.
in order to do something like a greater restoration, Obaya will lead you to her chambers because that's definitely something that's going to be a little bit more involved. It has material components. There's a large amount of money to be exchanged for that, so she's trying to trying to do that shit out in the busy.
With my lycanthropy, is it? Like that's
Say what?
Yeah, you won't be like him any.
the great restoration isn't going to mess with the lycanthropy, will it?
No. I could specifically target the lycanthropy if you wanted me to.
No.
But
No.
what I will be trying to do is restore your life force specifically. In doing so, it will ignore the lycanthropic curse upon you.
Just yeah, I want to leave that intact, please.
Of course. Understand. So you head over to the west wing of the tavern. There's a couple of doors back there that lead up to. It's kind of like an adjacent tenement that Durnan rents out as room and board for the tavern itself. And then Obaya takes you to a room, brings out a small satchel of diamond dust, portions some out, begins preparations, and then casts greater restoration upon you. And it does nothing. I'm kidding. It heals you. It restores your life force. It restores your life energy. Your hit point maximum is back to normal, but it does not heal you back to full.
Gotcha.
So, and there's a moment right where Obaya is kind of like, did that work?
Oh, yeah. I'm feeling a lot better. I mean, I'm still.
She kind of like sighs with it. You know, she's like it's always magic is never a perfect scenario. Sometimes you are
It's
wrong.
not rocket science.
Right? Like with the lesser earlier, I'm always hesitant to say yes to a person for something that I am unsure will work.
Well,
It's not a fair trade.
I am very grateful for your assistance, and
Well,
I appreciate you.
you do well by me. I make much coin off of you and your friends.
Well, apparently there's a lot of it to find down there. So
Granted, you make much coin off of me, but still.
right, I like to look
Coin
at it
for
as
everyone.
it's a symbiotic relationship. It's fine.
He says, yes, it is. I will be sad when it ends.
I feel like that's going to be a while from now.
She says, well, maybe not as long as you would think.
Yeah, dude, maybe she's leaving.
Voting. What, are you heading back to Chult?
Because my patron has specific requirements of me. Thanks to the success of primarily your party, I approach some of those requirements. When they're met, yes, I intend to return to Chult, meet with my patron. Whether that is a short journey or a long one, I do not know.
Well, I mean, if that's the way it's gotta be, it's gotta be the way it's gotta be. Hopefully we get to see you off.
Indeed. You wouldn't happen to have any recommendations? A sea voyage can be quite dangerous. It can be helpful to hire bodyguards in certain situations.
Unfortunately, I have a 0 experience on the waters.
Yes, his name is Cortez, and he's a great friend of ours.
Cortez
only
the pirate.
they-
I've heard word of him. Actually, I think that wouldn't actually be happening for like another 2 or 3 years in our timeline.
Something like that, yeah.
If only there was a sub you could enlist.
She just says it is not important now, but think on it. Keep it in your minds. If you have recommendations for me, let me know.
We have no way of getting in contact with those idiots.
Literally, like, no way aside from sending.
Assuming they're alive, that's a big if.
Yeah, all you hear back is the bubbling of water.
Yeah, that sounds great.
You just get back Tulip screaming, "I've only got a minute of air, help!"
Here and like if Cindy could like somehow transmit also background music, you just hear like steam pipes grinding and exploding, just a nut bouncing all over the.
Very nice.
That tracks.
All right. So after that, Ashes, your vitality is restored, though your purse is somewhat lighter.
My HP is not.
And Obaya accompanies you back to the tavern itself. Resumes her, takes back up her post, chases away some newcomers from her seat.
Don't get.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then you are left ready and able to do what it is you would like to do.
All right, let's go do this.
So we're staying up for another day.
I throw him down the hole.
Meanwhile, Bones and Ezra, we're just down here.
Bones and Ezra here.
I cooked some fucking mushroom. Hey, you want some mushrooms?
No.
Splat.
I eat mushroom.
In before they leave Abaya's room, and Bonnie tells them that Ezra and Ashes have left and gone off to do stuff.
Dude, I'm telling you, we could go with the Bone Tana. We could get Secret Project X over to Guamiel or whatever the fuck his name is. Eadadin. His name is Eadadin.
Matt
Eadadin
finished
Guamiel.
it on his way back down. All right, time to go.
Technically, just so we're on the same page, Zach, the
Yes.
bone katana's not ready till tomorrow morning.
Oh, well, it's a good thing we didn't go up there.
It's the night of the 23rd. It's ready the morning of the
Yeah.
24th.
I have no sense of time anymore.
Never did.
That's why I keep this schedule tracker for all y'all's shit, because y'all have so much shit going on all the time.
What are you talking about?
I did not have Bone Tana ready in the 24, so I just threw it in there.
I don't remember if I had it written down anywhere. I may or may not have.
It's now logged.
So, boys pay their 1 more gold to go back down,
Your boys do.
and oh god, Ashes, you went up. You went back down with 802 gold less than you went up.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, hold on, I paid for 10 of that platinum.
Oh, okay.
Oh, all right. I'll take it.
Yeah, so refund yourself 100 gold or 10
I
platinum.
was a part of that fight. I could have done things so you didn't get hit.
I mean,
I could not have.
he could have done things so he didn't get hit.
Yeah, that's why he paid the lion's share.
That's, that's fair.
Yeah, his ass never once reached for a goddamn shield.
I think you mean the wolf's share.
Yeah, isn't your AC 21 with a shield?
No, well, all right. So it's yeah. If I am in lichen form and have a shield out, it'll be 21. Yes.
Okay.
But
It's
he
eight-
likes to do the damages.
Yeah. So it's 18 in tiefling form with a two-handing a sword.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he was doing 7, like
19.
not even 7 damage, maybe 1 damage, assuming he broke through it.
Oh, so it's +1 adamantine half plate.
No,
Is it a +1?
no.
No.
I didn't think it was. I was like,
No.
it.
Oh,
It's
well, then how
just
are you at
adamantine
18?
half plate.
He has
Defense.
defense fighting style.
Oh, I
Body
thought Bloodhunter didn't get that one.
Jeremy told me I could, so I did.
Oh. Got
He
it.
wanted to play a particular archetype, so I didn't want him to.
Well,
Yeah, I feel like
what
it's-
it is that I took it and didn't notice that he didn't have it. Jeremy pointed it out, and I was going to undo it, but he's like, "No, you can keep it." And I'm like, "All
It
right."
doesn't make sense to me, like the concept of like fighting styles being limited between like fighter, paladin, and other martial classes. Like certain ones only being able to access others. It's like, so you're telling me this class couldn't train to do this thing? That makes zero sense.
Yeah, that doesn't make a lot of sense.
Like it's just restricting abilities just for the sake of restricting abilities. It's a pain in the ass. So
I think they added a lot of them across the board in Tasha's.
I'm sure they did. They've been
like,
that's been the direction they've been going with most class specific skills.
Yeah, but Bloodhunter still isn't a WotC official.
That's true.
I don't know, dude. It's on D&D Beyond.
Yeah, it's still not WotC official though.
Pretty official.
They just made the artificer WotC official.
80%
Technically,
official.
they did it in Eberron.
80% official.
Odie boy.
All right, so
900% official.
Bones, Ezra, after about 30 minutes or so of camping out at the base of the well of the Yawning Portal, Ashes and Matashtai do return to you.
Ezra's making
hey.
notes in his little pocketbook.
I made a fire and cooked some mushroom.
Okay.
Hey, it only took 800 gold, but I'm back.
Nice. You want a bite of this mushroom?
I'll take a bite.
You can have a bite. I take a bite first. I give it to you.
Nice. I eat some mushroom.
Constitution saving throw.
Ripple bark. Delicious.
Not bad.
Taste.
It's actually pretty good when it's like cooked and toasted.
A little bit of
It's like-
seasoning. A
It's
little
like
bit of garlic.
spam.
Yeah, well, it gets that kind of like very crispy outer edge, but very like moist interior.
Do you bring cooking oil with you, or like, would you cook that? You just toss in the pan, let it burn up?
No, I
Yeah, right. Yeah.
kind of stuck it in there on a 10-foot pole.
All right.
Probably at the end too, just kind of like.
Fuck.
Yeah, he's 10 feet away holding the fucking mushroom over.
That's right. That's right.
All right.
I didn't have anything shorter.
You have reconvened at the bottom of the entryway into Undermountain. What is your plan? What's your goal?
Back down.
We returned the way we
We're
came.
keeping our word.
Okay. So your ultimate goal is to head back to the Rust Gate.
Yes.
Okay.
Fuck the Aboleth. We'll come back when we're stronger.
Okay. So
yeah, I
you
don't know
head.
that the Aboleth situation is as pressing. So
Also, I do not give a shit if it kills all the drow.
yeah.
Oh no,
Well, I think
that
the
would
fish
be
people are gonna die first,
terrible.
but
You know what we should have done? We should have helped put the god together. So between the Kuatoa god and the Aboleth, the Drow wouldn't have stood a chance.
Well, what if it brainwashed the Kuatoa god?
It's a
The
god.
Drow still wouldn't have stood a chance.
Whatever. Fuck that place. We'll come back never.
Okay.
Sorry, I mean, you might as well just get rid of that map.
Hey, you guys are not required to complete every single level of the dungeon. As you have seen, you have now skipped an entire level of the dungeon, so that's
Look,
possible.
we're gonna come back for that one too.
So guys,
You guys notice the apprehension from Ezra as we get to this portal.
Okay. So
Okay.
yeah. So
All right.
you
need a
travel
plan.
back goes relatively uneventful. The situations tracker will tick back up again as you fast travel, but unless the only things that really crop up during your travel are your interactions with the two heads and your interaction with the tall boys. And the tall market goblins. But other than that, you are not accosted on your way back down to the Rust Gate. Once there,
All right.
All right. We
Ezra, how long
can't-
can you hold your breath?
What?
There was a half second where I'm like, what the fuck is he?
A little while.
I mean, we could toss you in the bag of holding and.
I mean, what
no
is it?
creepy
A
no
minute
creepy tension?
plus your con mod, so 3 minutes.
That is really good.
Also, I think there's 10 minutes of air in there. So
That sounds right. Yeah.
there's 10 minutes of air in there, divided by the
probably
number
fine.
of people, that number of
What's
creatures
the?
that
I
go
mean,
in.
what's the worst that happens? He dies. All right, I'm willing to take that chance.
the fuck?
No.
Have we ever put like not even in this campaign, in any of the campaigns that we have played, have we ever put
No.
somebody in a bag of
I've been
holding?
in a bag of holding before, in another campaign.
Okay.
Granted, I was a statuette, so I don't know if that counts.
It does not count. You were technically
I don't know,
considered an
that's-
object.
So you stand before the Rust Gate.
I think this is viable.
I agree.
Also,
We should-
you're a
let's-
string bean, so it kind of works out.
Let's def do this.
And they can't get at you in another dimension, and obviously going through hasn't affected the bags of holding.
That
No,
we
don't
know of. We haven't had living matter in the bags while going through this other dimension.
You like figuring stuff out.
Yeah, how would you ever understand the inside of a bag of holding better than actually being in it?
Look, I'm not about to try to sell this to Ezra. Like, this is just he has to make.
I mean,
I am
I'll
doing
be
it.
real. I don't know that Matt would come up with this idea, so this is completely out of character.
Whatever.
From what Ezra
Magic
knows
Man
about
goes in the magic bag.
from what Ezra knows about the arcane magics of the imbued containers, and from what he has experienced with the portals, does this feel like a really stupid idea?
It's an idea. You have no understand. Unfortunately, right? Like you have knowledge. You have arcane knowledge of portals and of the basics of conjuration magic and things like that. But the rules surrounding what these portals are and what's going on with them and what the fuck that dark energy is. You have
This
no
is
idea.
quantum physics for a 7-year-old.
Yeah, it's you're a talented individual, but
Thank you.
figuring out something like this would take time and study, like
Up
7 days.
copious amounts of time and study. Like we're talking like these are the types of things that scholars dedicate their lives to, is to fully understanding and mapping out elder magic or high ritual magic or natural magic, right?
And what better way to figure it out than in-field testing?
A lot of the way that those scholars do eventually figure things out is by studying the past notes of those that have died testing things in the field.
This is
You
terrifying.
could go down in history as the man who died in a bag of holes.
Yeah, the idiot who thought this was a good idea.
Just take copious notes while you're in there.
Now you have a good understanding of magic and what the bag entails, right? So you're aware that something can live in the bag for a short period of time,
yep,
without issue, right? You just have no idea how the portal and its magics or anything else are going to play with that.
Well, I take off my haversack. And
Oh, fuck, that's a good call, bro.
That is a good call.
Oh, we were all about to die. All of us were about to become
I'm
literally
glad
nothing.
my character's intelligence just proved itself to the party. That right
There's
there.
just going to be a dome in the floor, and that was all that remains of us.
It would be fine.
It would be fun. I take off my haversack and hand it to Ashes.
He puts it in his bag of holding.
He doesn't.
I don't have a bag of holding.
That is why I
I wanna
handed
carry
it to
this.
him, because I know he does not have one.
Aw.
And
My
I
shoulders.
approach Matashtai.
I've got shoulders of
All right.
holding.
A little bit paler
let
than
me just-
usual.
Let me just recalculate, make sure I have enough space in my bag. I'm like 97% sure I
Gets
do.
in,
but-
and it just rips at the seams.
I mean, I am only 150,
Jeez.
and this is including my carrying capacity.
Yeah,
what
everything
I'm
that you
carrying.
have. Yeah.
Uh,
He's not 150 pounds, but
I'm 134, so that's like 160. I think it might be a little over that. 27.
he's 300 pounds.
I'm like 162.
Okay.
Now, hold on. If I need to know something. If Ezra, gave you the end of a rope, and you went into the bag, and I held on to the rope outside the bag, and you pulled on it, would I feel it?
You remember what happened when we walked through that portal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Also, technically 5 pounds lighter because that was including the weight of me lugging around the haversack.
Nice.
So it's like 158, we'll say, just for.
Okay.
Hold
So,
on, almost done.
Mitch is hastily adding things to the bag because he doesn't actually use his goddamn bag of holding sheet to calculate weight.
No.
He says
I never removed all the copper and shit from before when we
Okay.
cashed out.
Fair enough.
Okay, yeah. I only have 235 pounds in my bag,
Good thing I
So-
weigh about 150.
so you can absolutely fit in mine. And there's a lot of stuff in there. There's some water. There's food. You can just hang out, have a little party while we take it.
Bags of holding, the items that you put in there don't mingle, like, right?
I mean, sure, but he could like think of them and summon them.
Really? Could you do that if you're in the bag of holding and you think about an item in the bag of holding? Can you just be like,
Get in the bag of holding and check.
For science, make sure you take. Oh, there's parchment in there. I mean,
I've got my
all
pocketbook.
right. I open up the bag.
Well, I will see you boys on the other side, whatever that
I'm
means.
sure it'll go great.
And I step into the bag of holding.
It's not like an easy process. It's like you gotta like do.
Oh, it's awkward as shit.
Everything I do is awkward as shit. This is nothing new.
It
But
probably would have been easier if I went like over his head and
try to scoop him. And then Ezrah is gone. Ezrah is in the bag of holding. Ezrah, you find yourself in a void.
Oh god, he's in my void.
Can we redact this and
The deed has been done.
Get in my void.
for the next however long I'm in here, I'm going to begin testing the laws of this dimension.
How so?
Testing if I think about a piece of parchment, does it?
If you think it and you know it to be in Matashtai's bag, it does appear. So it does seem as if someone on the inside can still activate the finding features of the bag.
Do you see things like floating around in the distance, or is it
You
just
do
like
not.
Oh, that'd be so cool. Like they're like far enough away where they can't mingle, but they float around in there.
It's just lightless void, and then you think, and something apparates in front of you.
All right, cool. And I say, okay, guys, well, we should hit it.
Right.
Hit it.
I don't have anything to put in there.
Oh, like into the
a metal thing to sack to the.
I got a hammer. I got pitons. I got a crowbar. I got arrows with metal tips.
Oh yeah, I guess
hammer.
I do have bolts.
I don't know how much metal it requires.
Maybe not enough time to test
I got a
it.
space helmet.
You don't think that might be important in the future?
I mean, probably. So I shouldn't.
It is a space helmet.
I mean, I don't know.
Here, yeah. I mean,
Whatever.
I'll use a hammer. Here you go. Here's a hammer. Touch the hammer tip to it.
Touch the tip.
Okay. It disintegrates, turns to a fine outer, and
Does Ezra see my hand reach into the bag?
there's just this massive hand, like 30 times the size of Ezra, that just appears over his head. No.
Real? And
No.
a hammer appears, like shoots to it.
that would be pretty interesting.
Like you're calling Mjolnir.
Ezra would feel a presence as your hand entered the bag, right? There would be this kind of like stirring sensation as the conjuration magic within the bag kind of summoned, and Ezra was potentially activated to be summoned, right? But he wouldn't see anything.
Okay. All right. Well, then we open up the portal and we rush through.
Okay. There's the Quicksilver entrance splits across, liquefies the stone, and you all jump through, and you feel a presence. You feel a wash of warm magical energy. You find yourselves back in that the tunnel, and you feel the magical presence, but you hear no voice in your head.
Okay.
But you have felt this enough times, right? The energy of this presence to kind of be able to identify the feminine voice that keeps speaking to you from within the portals. There is no contact, but you feel her presence. Yeah, you know that she feels you, utilizing the. Your progress is not impeded. She does not stop you. You progress along the energy flow, and then dark eyes appear above you in the shadow. Creature scrabbles. It's like you're in an aquarium, right? And it's like this thing is chasing you along the outside of it.
I didn't think so because you rolled last time. And it was a 1d4.
And then shadowy tendril hands shoot out. And they grip onto Matashtai.
Okay.
Matashtai. Do you have DM inspiration?
No.
Yeah, I thought it was Ezra specific for sure.
Yeah, me too. I thought they wanted the apprentice of Halaster.
Same.
Shit.
What's happening?
It's gonna be a 2-for-1 if they get Matt.
They just pull me out and 2 people die right then.
I need you to roll a... It is more fun to roll a 1d100.
1d100?
1d100.
Okie dokie.
That's high. No, that's low.
It's middle.
Middling.
You
I
feel
got
the
there.
dark... Feel the dark
Numbers, bro.
tendrils.
At first I was like, that's 84. And then I'm like, no, that's the opposite of that high. And then I'm
You
like,
feel
that
the
means
dark
it must be a low number.
tendrils wrap around your body. Your friends, they cry out, they struggle. And there is a wash of chaotic energy as the tendrils themselves shoot down into your body, and for a brief moment, Bones, Ashes, you see Matashtai's eyes go black.
Who's evil now?
I really want to go to that scenario of like, it's always been Mitch, right? It's the astronauts pointing at the Earth with the gun. It always has been.
Oh, it's really good now.
And Zach,
Wait, Mitch is evil?
fuck this
Always
game.
has been.
It always has been, right?
I buy it, honestly.
Right?
Always betrayed, never the betrayer.
Not
So, and then you watch, right? Ashes and Bones, you see the tendrils of dark energy pull off the creature and surge down into Matashtai, rather than the previous way, right? With Ezrah, it had been as if the creature had been rebuffed and the tendrils had pulled away, right? This time they disappear down into Matashtai. His eyes go black, and after a moment, Matashtai, you hear Valena screaming in your head. And at first, it's quiet. It's super muffled, and she's shouting your name repeatedly, and then it gets louder and louder, and then the black leaves your eyes, and you see Matashtai, or you see Ashes and Bones, kind of like floating in the energy stream in front of you, kind of held in stasis, waiting for you, and you feel a little woozy, you feel a little sick. Something pulses in your chest.
Chest burst.
Bad.
And then the moment passes. And the pull, the tug from the energy stream pushes you all forward, and you find yourself falling into black, and then you all tumble out into the room in front of the rust gate. on floor.
Pushing down on you.
So, do I know what happened?
Nope.
Matt,
I just-
Matt, are you okay? I'll grab him by the shoulder. I'll say, Matt, are you okay? Slap him.
I mean,
will take your
he's
soul.
he's responsive.
I see that he's responsive. I slap him again.
Wow. The fuck.
Dude, your eyes went black. Like, your eyes did this, and I'll use thaumaturgy to make my eyes look like his eyes did.
What? Oh God! I slapped him.
It looks like there's a hell fiend in front of you.
Yeah, I don't know what that was. Valenda didn't like it at all.
I can imagine.
Yeah, it
Oh,
wasn't a
shit.
great experience just all around, my dude.
Ezra. I reach into my bag and
Oh, yeah.
summon Ezra.
It's really weird because you're not sure how it's gonna work. But what you find is Ezra, you feel that magic reactivate, right? And you're like up, and then you feel this intense tugging on your body, and then all of a sudden, you're lifted up, just up into the blackness, and your hand grips something, and Matashtai, you find yourself gripping onto the forearm, kind of like clasped like that, onto Ezra.
Did I experience anything in that transition? Was there any difference that I noticed?
What's your
Did
perception?
it impact this plane at all?
What's
I
your
guess.
what's your passive perception?
It's amazing. It's like 25.
Isn't it like
Hey,
9?
Pretty sure it's 9, yeah.
As far as you could tell, there was no effect.
Okay, cool. 7.
7.
Damn,
So,
7?
Matashtai-
Floor 6
Yeah,
music.
so apparently it was never going specifically for you. It was going just for any of us.
What
And
do you mean?
It got Matt.
What happened?
He got grabbed.
Who
He
got
pulled
that?
through.
What?
Matashtai got grabbed, and then his eyes went black, and then now he's fine. I think
Matthew got.
his eyes went black like this. Thaumaturgy.
Okay. Ezra immediately like jumps back and steps away, back in fear of Ashes again.
You know what thaumaturgy is.
He's a
You
scary.
gotta get over this.
You're a scary hell demon when you do that.
Yeah, you're a scary hell demon, period.
My natural eye color is like a fiery yellow.
Sith yellow.
Okay, you're a
Switches
scary
back.
hell
Slap him
demon.
again.
Period.
Oh God!
All right.
So what happened? What
Each one's like 11 damage.
do you feel any different,
I'm
Matt?
stunned with this one.
No, I don't feel anything. I kind of reach out to Valena and he's still there. You all right?
Just says,
Is
yes,
she
I'm
assessing
still
the internals?
here. Sorry. This is strange. I feel dizzy.
I feel fine. All right. Tell me if anything changes.
Of course.
Red alert! Red alert! Things have changed. I don't have anything more to add than that.
Well,
This is my contribution.
unsettling and unfortunate. I guess I guess we'll just go on.
Go top.
You know what?
Quick exorcism.
Yeah, I was about to say, now we got to go back up top to Abaya for another greater.
Sounds like it's time for some exploring.
Please keep jumping through the portals.
Look, sometimes good stuff happens.
We gotta find a way to cleanse the portal.
Sometimes good stuff does happen.
I'm all about the risk.
DM inspiration.
We don't know that. Okay, whatever. Back to exploring.
Ashes, can I have my bag back?
Oh, right. Here you go.
After we get past that, so how was the bag? Was it all right?
Yeah. Was it bad?
I did do a little. What did you say? A field test while I was down there.
Yeah.
It seems like the magic of the bag works both while you're in the bag as well as reaching into the bag. I was able to summon things to my portion of the plane, but I wasn't standing in a pile of your stock.
By my snacks.
No, I wasn't hungry.
I summoned snacks real quick.
Do you actually have snacks in there?
What do you have?
No, it's literally nothing but rations. I have 20 pounds.
You didn't eat my stuff.
Okay then.
There's
Nice.
chocolate lips or whatever.
He's got beef jerky stuck in all his teeth and
Nice.
I smell it on your breath.
You eat my teriyaki beef jerky, you mother.
I'll kill you.
Fighting actions. All right, so the party has made their way back down to the 6th level of the dungeon, the lost level. Ashes has his vitality has been restored, though he has not been healed.
How long did that trip take?
How long did the trip take? In total, each the portals themselves seem to save time, although it's hard to track time while you're in the portals.
Time? Question mark?
But fast traveling through a level of the dungeon takes about 30 minutes if it's unimpeded. So fast traveling through the second and third took about, or second and first took about an hour. All told, I think the whole thing took you guys about...
Including all the social elements?
Yeah, it took you guys probably about 2.5 hours.
One way or total?
Total.
It's not that bad.
It's not bad at all.
So our items have not recovered yet?
No, your items have not recovered yet.
It was a pretty efficient trip. Nice job, guys. Way to keep to the schedule. All right, let's keep exploring.
Okay. So, your want is to now keep... Your want is to now keep exploring. Where would you like to go? What is your destination? And I will take you there.
Well, I guess I kind of want to go back to where we fought the Umber Hulk and continue on from there, yeah?
Yeah, okay. I think so.
Well, that's literally a hop, skip, and a jump. You guys go north, east,
I don't think there's anything there.
And there. Boom.
Hey.
You are back there.
We didn't go south,
30 seconds after making that statement, Ashes, you guys are back at the Umber Hulk.
Right.
Not even.
And I'm pretty sure if we go south, it's just going to take us to well, it depends on if it keeps going south, but if we go south a little bit and then go east, it probably takes us back to Skella.
And if it goes west, it brings us to the other portal room.
Right.
Let's go south.
Let's just get that out of the way.
Yep. You guys take another 30 seconds to walk to the end of this hall, and you can see the hall continues eastward, kind of as you had predicted, and then there is a door westward.
Oh, a door. I wonder if that goes to the portal. Open door.
Yeah. You throw the door open, and it
fire.
leads into that big chamber with the two raised locations, one in the northeast, one in the southwest. The spots where it looks like furniture had once been
Gotcha.
Or actually, no, sorry. This is the room with furniture. The other room is the one where furniture looked like it had once been.
Just north of the portal room.
This is the room where Bones found the key underneath the dusty stone couch.
I still no idea
remember
where that
now,
goes to.
past the portal is the place that looks like a trap that has all this stuff sitting on the floor, right? I forgot about that.
That's
What
to
if the
south.
tomb is there?
It probably is.
You think so?
Yes. Well, there's a lot of this floor that we haven't explored to the northeast.
Oh yeah, there is a lot.
Or at least there's a lot of pathways. Whether or not those actually have anything are...
Yeah, and I think we just knocked out just 3 of them.
1, 2, 3, technically 4.
Yeah.
Because you've got east and west
Yeah.
that goes into the heart.
So, where would you guys like to head now?
Now I haven't healed back up, and I kind of don't want to use potions to do so.
Take another short rest.
I mean, that was like 2.5 hours of just walking.
Walking? Why are you
I mean-
talking?
I mean, we can absolutely just take a short rest, dude.
Right.
Yeah, it's whatever.
Also, you get like all the HP back on a short rest, so
I really do.
So, it sounds like you guys want to convene for a short rest. Are you just gonna post up in this hall? What do you want to do? What's the plan?
Am I the only one resting?
yeah, I
Think
mean,
so.
Yeah, I don't really need to rest.
All right, so
I'll pull out my pocketbook and start making notes.
Oh, while we're resting, I don't remember if I mentioned it, but hey guys, just a heads
Hey.
up. So I did my kata in the other room, and I noticed that the next item I'm searching
no.
for is behind that door we're trying to get. Now I'm really hoping it's not that necklace. I don't think it's the necklace.
Now, what value would something like that have for your people? Or
It's
for
not
your trial, or whatever?
It's the whole reason I'm here.
No, I'm saying, like your special boots seem to be like specific to you, sort of. It seems like, but
No, so each item is each item's based off a characteristic of a previous champion of Boulder. The boots that I've got are an aspect of another hero who was known for running, fighting along rooftops, etc., etc. I don't know what all of them are, but together they combine to make me the champion of Boulder.
so were there any champions that happened to be of the Malarican tribe? Maybe their
No,
king.
I mean these items shouldn't be associated with them in any way. They just might be mixed in with some of their stuff. So, as far as I know, the crafting amulet shouldn't be it, unless it's disguised as something else. Like the dwarves found it and are saying it's something else.
What if it is?
like, despite the
We're
fact
gonna have a bad time. I don't know yet, and I don't know how to handle that. I'm just
Didn't
kind of
you
ignoring
say-
it for now.
When you shook her hand, there was a arcane agreement to it. You said there was a chill that seemed like this was a pact bond of sorts.
Yeah, that's right.
well,
It'd be real bad.
Elena will kind of pipe up in your mind, Matashtai. She'll say, "Not sure I would call that arcane, but it definitely felt like the mountain had something to say about that binding."
I reiterate what Valena said. So it might
Sounds
not
like
necessarily be
anything,
arcane,
but
But all right, so like, if you are bound, by the mountain to keep your end of the bargain. We agreed to get her in that door and get the heart in her hand. Once it's in her hand, the terms are met.
Correct.
Whatever happens afterwards.
Now, keep in mind, I don't want to just murder people.
Oh no! I wasn't implying with
artifacts.
this. I like Skella. Skella seems like good people.
I mean, I don't like her, but you made a accord.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna complete that either way. But if the amulet turns out to be it, I don't. All I'm saying is things might get complicated. And I don't necessarily need the item right now, but it's gonna have to happen eventually.
Yo, but can I still use it though?
If it's the amulet, yeah, absolutely.
Until he goes home.
Yeah, obviously I'm gonna have to take it with me when I leave, but
That was not obvious at all.
Matashtai is now on Bones' hit list.
well, you're welcome to come to Eberron with me.
I don't know. I got boys here.
He's got roots now.
I mean, in
I
theory,
done put down some roots.
there
you
is
could be the master crafter of all the Praesidium.
The Praesidium, huh?
That
Praesidium.
Forward.
Oh, okay.
There are magics that allow someone to venture from one plane to another. Potentially by the time that Matashtai is
You
ready
say to the two people that are from other planets.
You can vacation in the Adar Mountains.
Well, I'm more saying instead of a vehicle like Matt, you used a vehicle to like that. That is something like
I guess Bones
circle
counts as
that
using
an
a vehicle as
individual
well.
can use to. And Bones, I don't think you ever mentioned how you traversed to Faerun. I actually don't think you ever said where you came from.
It just kind of happened.
But
You know,
It did. Just kind of happened, dude. One day we were there, one day we weren't.
Aber and Toril just kind of merged. You know how it is.
Yeah. It's like one day we were happy, and the next the sky was blue. So yeah, that's just how things happen.
Wait, what was it? What color was it before?
Purple.
All right.
Jake is intrigued.
Technically,
Anyway,
our
like I
sky is
said-
purple. Our eyes just can't see that spectrum. It looks blue. It's not actually blue.
Like I said,
Nerd. No, I'm
Don't-
kidding.
think it's the amulet, but just if things get weird, that's why.
I like this. I like how we find out what this amulet does, and then Bones is all like, "Oh, we need to kill them all," and then they're like, "Well, we could share it," and they're like, "Oh, we could be the best of friends," and then Natasha's like, I don't know, the whole killing thing."
No, I want to be friends. I don't want to kill, but I need all the pieces.
All right.
I got a Voltron up.
This discussion happens. The concern, the worry, Ashes. While this is happening, you are able to bind some of your wounds. Take a quick cat nap, puppy nap.
Yep, talking that. Talking that.
And
You only rolled 2?
and you are
Did
able
that
to.
max you out?
Huh?
It did, because you got to remember that item I have doubles the roll, so it's a
Oh,
22 and a 14.
Does it
That's ridiculous.
double the roll or the max HP?
No, we've had this conversation before. The wording is, while you wear this pendant, you stabilize whenever you are dying at the start of your turn. In addition, whenever you roll a hit die to regain HP, double the number of the hit points it restores.
Gotcha. Cool. Jesus, 22.
It
and
is one of my
8.
favorite new. It's like one of my favorite items.
It's very useful for the way that this campaign is being run, right? You know, like some campaigns you don't do like a whole lot of short resting or whatever. It doesn't really matter a whole lot, but for this, is real good.
Mhm.
Wonder if I
Like
could actually
I'm always
put-
nice, like constantly.
All right.
I mean, I'm getting there. Like even with that item, I'm running out.
So, you guys take this time, lit ashes, heal his wounds, discuss with Matashtai some of his misgivings, some of his concerns, and then you are back, ready to do some exploring. Where do you head? What's the plan?
All right, pulling up the map.
Going
Unknown
south.
level. All right, so to the south is the place where the danger stuff is. If we wanted to, there's a lot we can explore in the northeast
And true north.
and true north.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, okay, so here's my thoughts is we can wander around aimlessly and just explore. Or maybe we can go to the library and get a lead.
I like that idea.
Okay.
Books are fun.
Hopefully
Sounds
get a
like-
lead.
All
Or
right, to the
learn.
library.
I like learning.
Seems like a
All
good
right.
idea.
Okay, so we can kind of fast travel this around a bit. As you guys head to the library, you will have found
The library was in the northeast, right?
Yeah. Well, northeast.
Like
of
that was the furthest
Kells.
northeast we went, right?
Campaign,
Where the cloaker
Yes.
was.
Yes, where the cloaker was.
yeah, in a momento. I will get you guys over there.
Mhm.
Okay, so as you guys make your way that direction, you head north.
Make my
Right.
way downtown.
You head east where you fought the Umber Hulk, and its hulking body is still there. You head east or northeast and north again to the main central hallway. And then you begin heading east. As you head east, you find that the bodies of the Dwargar are gone, though the body of the Zorn remains.
Food.
You continue your way eastward to the chamber where you see all of the panels telling the story of this young dwarf, right? And then the story kind of like wends its way eastward. And then to the north, you head towards the library where you find the cloaker's corpse is still there, but the other Dwargar bodies are also gone.
Are the two that we left alive but unconscious gone as well?
They are gone as well.
I begin going through books.
Okay, so as you begin to
I take 10 minutes to cast comprehend language.
Yes.
Does that work on reading?
I think,
Yeah.
I think
I
it's
think it's
the main thing that it's used for.
Yeah.
Spoken and written. So
Written.
yes.
okay.
So
With
I
all
take
this traveling and ritual
10 minutes.
casting situations is going to tick up. You ritually cast comprehend language. Your friends, lounge about in the meantime. And as you go searching throughout this ancient library, you find your first inspection almost puts you into utter dismay. You touch a scroll bound in copper wire, and it disintegrates as you touch it.
The knowledge.
So the stuff here is so old, it's so brittle. There's nothing keeping it protected. Most of the things here, after that moment, you are able to pretty quickly identify, right? Most of the things here that are probably just going to just turn to dust if you touch it. But that also helps you identify some of the things that are potentially more stable. roll me an investigation check. And yes, you are using your eyeballs, so yes, you can have advantage.
How about a natural 20 for
Nice.
a 27?
Okay, so you are able to pick out a couple of different pieces that are a little bit better taken care of. They are less loose scrolls and more leather-bound or hide-bound manuscripts. It's trying to steal things, damn it. Recall. Hide. And what you find within these manuscripts, right, is that most of them describe or cover the day-to-day religious observations of a sect of priests loyal to Dumathoin that seem to have lived in this this space, this area, right?
Well, that's the dude we're looking for. Well,
You can,
kind of.
if you
kinda.
would like to, you can spend some time studying what you have pulled together using the investigation check that you already have, right? You won't have to roll anything new. It's just it will take time, and you may be able to actually glean more information.
Does this feel like it's heading in the path that I might get funeral rites and that kind of stuff? Does it seem like that's heading down that path?
Potentially. There's a lot of different information here.
If I even get an iota where I think this might be the right train, I'm the guy that will chase every lead if it seems like
Okay.
it could go
So basically, you can definitely start reading through and investigating this material. It's going to take roughly another hour, which is going to tick up the situations tracker.
And
That's why I
requires
asked.
another casting of comprehend languages.
Okay, gotcha. So what you are able to glean after culling through, because you got to go through you got to schlep through a lot of crap that's just random day-to-day, scribes Instagramming their, food, basically. Before you are able to determine a couple of things. You are able to determine, right, information that you already know, right? The general location of the nave of the Heart of the Mountain, as well as the Heart of the Mountain. You're able to confirm the importance of the Heart of the Mountain to the priests of Dumathoin, right? The god of the Keeper of Secrets, right? The Heart of the Mountain being this both physical item and also a place within Undermountain itself that the Malarkin believed to be the mountain's heart. A place of power to them. You're able to identify through reading actually what seems to be like a mason's or a contractor's journal, the creation and affecting the design and the art instilled within, it's referred to as the King's Walk, right? And you're able to piece together that's basically what the thing to the south of you is, right? That it tells
we've been walking.
It tells this story. No. The room just to the south of you with the panels. It tells the story, right? The King's Walk is supposedly the story of Malair, that's told through these series of chambers, and all these different panels. So you're able to glean that. You're able to glean the location of the mountain. It's called the Mountain Home Shrine, and that, by piecing things together, right, you're able to realize that is that shrine with the 4 statues that you have already identified, right? And in the text, you are able to identify the statues as Moradin, the god of creation, Baranar Truesilver, the god of hearth and home, Clangadin Silverbeard, god of battle, which you knew those three already, but the fourth one you are able to now identify through your readings as Marthamor Dune, god of exploration.
God of exploring. Got it.
God of exploring.
Exploring God.
There it is.
Patron saint of
changing
us.
Patrons.
You find
Yep.
a bunch of other information, right? Just generalized information, giving you a better insight to all of the different things that happened on this floor. That there were scribes, there were craftsmen, there were places for forging, places for creation. There were ore extraction points and gem extraction points to the west. There were great works of art created in a number of different locations. But you find probably the most important information to you, right? That the southern half of the Lost Levels were dedicated, aside from the King's Walk, were dedicated to many of the achievements of Malaire. But what you find, and this is telling because you are incredibly thorough with your investigation, and what you find so much information on so many different things that it is strikingly obvious about what you don't find.
Mm-hmm.
And that is the location of Malaire's tomb.
While Ezra's doing this, I want to walk over to Matt. Hey, listen, I was thinking about what happened to you in that teleporter, the hallway. I want to try something, but do you trust me?
I mean, it depends on what you're gonna do.
So, I recently picked up a skill that other hunters get, and I've only used it once, but I feel like I might be able to maybe I have a chance to figure out maybe what happened to you.
All right, give it a try.
I will place my hand on Matt's shoulder, and if psychometry procs, eyes roll in the back of my head, and I'll see if I can't get a bead on whatever happened to him, assuming it's evil. If it's not evil, nothing happens.
Roll a history check.
That's a weird use of that skill. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, it's a little 8.
You get to roll at advantage.
Oh, right. 15.
So you reach out to Matashtai, and there's not like some sudden surge of light bulb head click moment. It's more that you kind of like breathe out and you clear your mind for a second. And there's been so much stuff going on over the last weeks, and everything that you guys have done in exploring Undermountain, in Howldown, right? In all the different things that you have done. There's so much happening.
Oh, dear.
And you take this moment to just kind of like collect yourself and clear your mind and think about the situation. And you call back to the moment that started this whole thing in a chamber, in an audience chamber with the leaders of Waterdeep. and you remember them talking about not just Halaster Blackcloak, but the shadow within Undermountain. And you realize it kind of clicks, right? This thing that you've been seeing, this entity, this massive black shape that hounds you as you pass through the silvery stream of the portal, just seemed like this massive hulking shadow personified, given shape. And you have no, there's nothing magical to reinforce this to you. There's no divine guidance here. You just have a moment of clarity where you're just like, huh.
Right, and I'll. Okay, so when we were pulled together and talked about this, they talked about the shadow under the mountain. I just thought that was just like another word for Halaster. I think that was the shadow in the mountain. I have no idea what that means, but it might be something we can look into.
That sounds bad. So is that in me?
Well, I mean, I would assume so. For me to even, well, yeah, I guess. I don't know. We'll just have to. Maybe we can get Ezrah to do some of his fancy research on the shadow under the mountain and see if something comes up.
Not a fan of that. All right.
Okay. This conversation passes. Ezrah goes about his business, and he's not, he's not doing this solo necessarily. He calls out information or chats with you about things that he finds. And eventually, about an hour passes, and Ezrah has perused, has gone through all of the information that seems intact and seems to have a point, right? Perhaps there's more information here with some maybe like secret codex or something like that. But as far as surface knowledge goes, Ezrah, you pretty much gleaned it. So, where would you all like to head now?
I think we just keep exploring up here then. Because it sounded like the tomb itself is not given to us readily. Might as well just keep
based off
looking.
So again, explicitly, it actively refrains from any of that sort of denotation to call out where the tomb might be. But the two things that could potentially lead to that, based on what I gleaned, the King's Walk seems to be related to telling the stories of Malaire, and in some cultures, that is a telling of someone's past is a way to send them off to their next life. Also, the other side is the achievements of Malaire. In the southern half, the piece that we kind of think is trapped and could be super dangerous, the achievements could, in some other cultures, do a similar piece. So those would be my two leads based off of what I know of other cultures.
In the books, did it kind of give you an idea of all the different areas of this level?
Just fragments of what potentially are key locations or locations of note.
Okay.
It wasn't a full map of the floor with a label by every room by any means.
You are here.
It's the scenario like scholars know where their bedchambers is. They don't feel the need to like denote that in their notes, right?
Yeah.
Well, more of what I was along the lines of what I was thinking is, okay, it names 10 important areas on the level, right? It's the least attention.
Yeah, where's it not
Meaning that
talking
they
about
don't.
them?
Yeah, where do they not want us to go?
Is that something I got out of that? Was there a very clear dead zone or black spot in the descriptions that seems like a
It seems super sus.
I will say the only
outside
area
of the heart, I would
yeah,
assume.
yeah, well, the only area that seems to lack significant mention is actually the area that you guys are kind of in. The library, the northeastern section, is kind of the section that doesn't really get talked about in many of the notes. All of the other stuff gets mentioned, gets discussed. Not this place.
Hey,
We
Bone.
dig around
Yeah.
with a fine-tuned
Hello.
comb up here.
Can
I am a
Based off
captain.
of-
I'm here.
based off of what Matt's saying, potentially being that this is such a valuable location, burial of the king and such, it could be masked by trapdoors or hidden alcoves. Maybe you can help do a sweep of this location just to see if we're not missing something that.
I will sweep the location with great care. I pull on books.
Okay.
might
Roll
not be
me
a bad
roll
idea
me
to-
a perception check.
And
I'll
I am
first
helping
time.
if that is.
Yeah, sure. You guys can all kind of like involve yourselves in this and
I
roll
meant
with
to
advantage.
give him advantage.
Yeah, that's where I was going with it. Yeah.
Okay, good. Because I don't want to roll. Because
So you
oof.
go
Sad
through
advantage
this
for me,
library,
honestly.
just in case there's any sort of like hidden compartments or secrets. Right, you pull the right lever and a door opens up.
That's right.
But it doesn't.
I'm gonna open up my smoke
That always
flask.
happens.
Does the smoke go anywhere?
Ooh.
Hey,
Very cool.
Well, I
So
assume
you're
that's
doing
a-
that right. The
After
combination,
I work.
the efforts that
I
you both
didn't
go
think about it
through.
until after. Shut up.
You find nothing for your troubles.
Except a
no, I
smoky
wouldn't be
room.
against doing the smoke test in the room with the 4 statues.
Yeah, I might
I
just
don't
start
know,
kind of
there's
walking
something about that
around
room
with
that
it as
seems-
we go places.
There's just a
Like a
smoke
sensor.
bubble at all times. You guys are gonna die of lung cancer.
All right.
Oh,
Then I guess let's just explore then, right? And
Yeah, let's
see
keep
what we
exploring.
see.
What we do?
There's also the 2 passages just to the south of us that are still kind of in that black zone.
sure.
It is quite black.
Wow.
Okay.
It is.
All right.
What is dark? Get out of here! I go down here.
All right. So
After
I
13
think
adventures forward to continue.
having garnered all that information in the library, having come to the conclusion about the shadow under the mountain, and having a new course of action in front of you, I think that is probably going to be where we are going to call it for the evening. Next week, we will rejoin the party as they redouble their efforts to find the tomb of Malaire and the hand of the king within, so that they might make their way into the heart of the mountain and hopefully find the heart of the mountain and it not be Matashtai's artifact.
Really hope
I
not.
don't
Thanks
really
for the
care
follow,
one way or the
Megs. That's going to
Hell
be it for the
yeah.
night. Thanks for
Round.
watching. We will see you next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.